Why didn't they re-sign David Robertson? So take us inside. What happened?
You know what, Bob? Yesterday, Brian Cashman talked to David Robertson's agent. They had a conversation, and the agent wanted Cashman to make an offer. And Cashman said, well, where are you at financially? You need to let me know where you're at. And the agent wouldn't tell him specifically where he was. Cashman said he made a call to Hal Steinbrenner and said, I need to give Robertson an answer. We owe that to him. And his recommendation was that they don't make an offer to Robertson. He gave that information back to Robertson's agent, and a few hours later, Robertson signed with the Chicago White Sox. And one more thing I wanted to toss out there, there's been some talk about, well, why didn't the Yankees try and sign him toward the end of the season? Robertson was quoted as saying he would have considered a hometown discount, but I've asked Cashman that question too, and he said when he tried to engage Robertson's agent on that previously, there was no interest. And he made a lot of money today, $46 million.
Well, which is a little surprising because that's not really the Yankees' MO all the time, to try and sign guys before they become free agents.
Right. I think they just, in the end, prioritized the decision to get a draft pick and sign Miller. And you look, they've had some recent success. I mean, we don't know what these prospects are going to turn out to be, but Ian Clarkin and Aaron Judge are two of their best prospects in the Yankee system right now. You know, they got those guys with the compensation picks for losing Rafael Soriano and Nick Swisher. So if their scouts go out and do the kind of job the Yankees trust them to do, they can get another top prospect in addition to Miller, just for losing Robertson, who cost more than Miller anyway.
Does it open the door for them to go after some of these next-level relievers? Like maybe they're not done with the bullpen?
Oh, I think it certainly does. I mean, that's, one thing he talked about. If they wanted the draft pick, they've got that now. I mean, they've locked that up. So now at this point, it's a matter of filling in where you can get better. And I tell you what, they can still get better in the bullpen. I mean, they really can. They've got two really strong guys right at the back end. They went out and got Justin Wilson, who throws hard from the left side. We've seen Sean Kelly have some really two pretty nice years with the Yankees. Adam Warren had a nice year last year, but they can still get better. I mean, they can still add a guy. You put a different guy in the ninth inning, and there are a handful of guys out there, Rafael Soriano being one of them.
Yeah.
And, you throw him in the ninth inning and lets you move Andrew Miller and Dellin Betances around a little bit. They can make that bullpen, again, one of the better bullpens in baseball.
So we're talking about David Robertson as the latest homegrown Yankee to leave. Robertson, and then, of course, last year was Robbie Cano, and Phil Hughes went elsewhere. And, Jack, when you think about that, should we be surprised, because that's become sort of a subtopic of this, that they're letting their own homegrown Yankees leave?
You know what, Bob? Sometimes it stings because you've known the player for so long and the fans become accustomed to seeing that player. But as we've talked about here, Brian Cashman and the rest of the front office, they had a plan in place. And once they signed Andrew Miller and they had that draft pick, they knew what they were going to do. I had one person say to me, imagine being a hunter and you're going out there and you want that 10-point buck. And that would be David Robertson. But here comes a really nice 8-point buck, and that's Andrew Miller. You take the 8-point buck, and then you head home for the day. And they're excited about Miller. They'll miss having Robertson, but they never really thought that they would end up with both of those guys.